Hello guys, welcome back to the Eastbourne Fisherman, rig making for complete beginners. Today we're going to look at the Pennel rig. Now the Pennel rig is pretty much exactly the same as the Pulley rig, but it incorporates a top hook to secure the top part of the bait. This is a clip down rig, so it's fantastic for distance casting. I use it on all a mixture of ground, so I mean use it on shingle onto sand, a little bit more rockier marks. It's an absolutely fantastic rig. So for those who haven't seen the first Pulley rig, what we'll do is we'll make the whole rig from scratch, and then hopefully you'll be able to see it and see what it does, and I'll be able to show you step by step how to make it. So guys, don't forget, if you want to learn more rig making videos, don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe, drop me a comment as well, let me know what you think of the series. So what we're going to need for this this rig making video is we're going to need some shot leader. So we're going to use Grease Weasel 60-pound shot leader. We're going to use our 20-pound Amnesia line. If you're targeting bigger fish, up it to 30-pound. It's a complete optional personal preference. You're going to need a bait clip. I'm using these ones here. These are the ones with the little tab, and what we're going to do is we're going to hook our hook into that tab on the cast. We've got a large swivel and a small swivel. Again, personal preference on which makes you go for. Power swivels I find are absolutely brilliant, so they're the ones that I use most of. For Gemini, I do fantastic swivels, and there's loads of other name brands. You're going to need a couple of beads, and then your selection of hooks. So on this rig, I'm going to use the Coxswain Rule Surf and Uptide 2.0s, and then for my Pennel hook, the top hook, I'm going to use an octopus hook in size 2.0. Like I said in the first rig making video, I'm going to try these octopus hooks this year. Usually I use circle hooks. Again, it's personal preference to what you choose as a Pennel hook. So let's get cracking, let's make the rig, and we'll do it. Right, so the first thing I've done is I've taken my Grease Weasel shot leader, and I've pre-cut already just under 900mm. Cut 900mm of the Grease Weasel shot leader. What I'm going to do to start with, I'm going to take my clip for my lead. Just going to feed the line through the eye, and I'm just going to use the 6-turn blood knot. Again, I know people have commented and said that you know, they use different knots. You know, if you want to use a different knot, that's absolutely fantastic. But with these rig making videos made for beginners, this is such an easy knot to tie, and it will hopefully get more people on the beach and making rigs. So 6 turns up the line, take the tag in, feed the tag in down through the first loop next to the eye of the leg clip. Moisten the line so it's nice and wet, and then what I usually do is I usually clip a lead on and then just pull that line, and that will go nice and tight, and your knot will be there. All we need to do now is trim off the tag end, and always dispose of the excess line carefully. So that is now our leg clip on the line. What we're going to do now to make it easier is we're going to just cut the line to make a nice point. I don't know if you can see that on the camera. To make a nice point so we can feed the rest of the components on, starting with 1 bead. So it's exactly the same as making a pulley rig. Then we feed the large swivel on, and then the small bead, and then we're just going to tie our smaller swivel to the other end using the same knot. 6 twists up the line, nice and easy, and then back through the eye at the bottom, the loop through the bottom. Make sure that's nice and wet. I take my knot puller through the eye of the swivel, and I'm just going to pull that knot nice and tight, and that is our second knot. Again, cut off the tag end, and that is the first part of our rig complete. So the pulley rig and the Pennel rig are exactly the same. The only difference is we're going to be changing to add an extra hook on the snood to accommodate a larger bait. So you've got a lead link there, your 2 beads, your large swivel there, running down the main line to the other end, which is a swivel tied on there. What we're going to do now is we're going to take our Amnesia hook snood length, and then you're going to cut it to 900mm, which is here. It's one I've already pre-cut. I'm going to take one end and tie it onto the small swivel end of my main line. Cutting off the excess tag, which is there. So this is the part we're going to do, which is different to the pulley rig. We're not going to tie the hook straight on. What we're going to do is we're going to take our Pennel hook, which is the top hook. So again, I'm using the Cox & Roll octopus hooks. Just going to take one of them, and as you can see, the top of the hook is slightly bent. So that is our Pennel hook. What we're going to do is we're going to pop the hook onto the line and then just let it go. We're then going to take our surf and up-tied hook and then we're just going to tie the hook the same way the other hook is on. We're going to tie that on to the bottom of the rig. We're going to take our pliers, holding the hook nice and firmly, and then pulling that so the knot goes nice and tight there. Trimming off the tag end again, and we have our rig complete. So once you do that, the hooks will sit like that at the bottom. So the idea of it is that the top hook here and the bottom hook here will secure the bait. What I usually do when I'm baiting up with this pulley rig is I'll slide the top hook right out of the way. I will use this hook, I'll put it into my bait, I'll bait up with a bait elastic, however long my bait is, and then when my bait's finished, I will take the top hook, I will slide it down to where the bait is at the top, I will wrap the hook around the line a couple of times, nick that into the top of the bait. So for example, if it's a squid, I'll pop it into the top of the squid. If it's a bit of bluey, I'll pop it into the top of the wrap bit of bluey, and then that is the Pennel setup. That's why they call it a Pennel, because the top hook is effectively the Pennel hook, and sometimes people call it a pulley Pennel because the rig is effectively a pulley rig. Okay, so that is how it works. Absolutely fantastic rig. 9 times out of 10 when you use this rig, you catch on the top circle part of the hook rather than the bottom part of the hook. The bottom part of the hook is predominantly or mainly used to hold the bait nice and straight. Some people present the hooks this way, others prefer to present the hooks one either side. Again, that's completely personal preference. So that is a Pennel rig. I'm going to be using it hopefully a bit more through the year. It's definitely a good one to have in the arsenal if you're thinking about casting out larger baits that require 2 hooks presented in them to hold bigger baits like squid, mackerel and bluey. What we're going to do is going to attach the lead to the rig. We'll clip everything up and then we'll show you how it all works. So take the hook, once it's baited up, clip it onto the lead link there, like so. Your lead's there, your 2 hooks are there, one at the bottom clipped onto the lead link, the other one at the top, and then the top of the rig is here. So it's exactly the same as a pulley rig, except the only difference is we're adding a second hook for larger baits. Again, same principle. Once that hits the seabed, the hook will come free of the clip. Your line clips onto the floating swivel, your main line from your rod. And then once you come to retrieve, once the fish is on, again, it's same as a pulley rig. The weight of the fish pulls the line down, and then as you reel in, the lead sits high in the water, and then it avoids any potential rocks or snags on the way in. Absolutely great rig, definitely one to have in the arsenal. I hope you've enjoyed the video, guys. If you have, drop me a thumbs up. If you use the rig and you've had good results on it, pop a comment below, let me know what you've caught and how big it was, and hopefully, guys, I'll see you on the next one. Thanks for watching, and cheers.